Hey everyone, my name's Kristen and welcome to my cathedral garden. If you're new here, I'm so excited that you're here. A little bit about me is that I'm a former elementary teacher who is now a homeschooling mom to 4 kids. This year I had a 5th grader, a 3rd grader, a 1st grader, and a 4-year-old. And today I am going to be talking to y'all all about co-ops. Should I join one? Are we in one? Have we tried more than one? All of the things. So come join me. I do want to let you guys know that this video is part of a collaboration hosted by Anna from over at Just Making It Work. She has put together a group of mamas to talk all about the subject of co-ops. Now, if you've been here for any length of time, you know that I have done collaborations with Anna in the past. She is a wealth of information, and if you head over to her channel, you will find all kinds of helpful hints and tricks with family logistics and with homeschooling. She's a homeschooling mama to 6 kids. She has teens down to toddlers and everything in between, and I am just so thankful for her friendship, and for her channel. So be sure to head on over and check out her video and watch the collaboration. Thank you so much, Anna, for getting this together and for hosting today. I would also be so honored if you would choose to stick around by subscribing down below. And if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up at the end. That lets me know what kind of content you're liking. Let's talk about homeschool co-ops. Should I do one? If you are on the fence and thinking about it, maybe you're a new homeschooler and you're just not sure what you're doing, so you're wondering if a co-op would be helpful or not. Or maybe you've been doing this a while and you're thinking, am I missing something? You know, I feel like all of us as homeschool moms, we have to kind of try our hands at different things just to figure out what exactly it is that works for our family, and that is okay. So if you find yourself thinking, should I join a co-op or not? You're not alone. We've all been there. So I have thought about our own co-op journey, and I really found that there were 3 main points with some subpoints underneath for what I was looking for when I was trying to decide, should I join a co-op or not? I found that whenever I was trying to decide if I was going to join a co-op or not as a new homeschool mom who was also brand new to the area, I had to consider and try to figure out what kind of homeschool mom was I? And the answer was, I didn't know. I hadn't ever done homeschool full time. I'll link a video up here that tells you part of our story of how we got to full-time homeschooling, but I did not start out from the age of kindergarten with my oldest full-time homeschooling. So I honestly did not know what kind of homeschool mom I was. I did not know what viewpoint I fit. Was I classical? Was I Charlotte Mason? Was I traditional? Was I whatever else that there could be? I don't know. So I would suggest maybe just thinking not necessarily about what box do you fit in, but really what are you wanting your kids to learn? So that is one thing that I would consider first. What kind of homeschool mom are you? Because whatever kind of homeschool mom you are will be how your homeschool runs and functions. And you can start looking for co-ops from there. For example, are you wanting to concentrate on nature study? Then there might be a nature group out there waiting for you. I know that there are several wild and free groups. There's a local homeschool mom nature group where the moms get together with their homeschool kids on a Wednesday at a park or at somebody's house, all within our local area. So it could be something even as loosely held together as that you're just gathering together for nature study once a week or once a month. It could also be something that is an entire entity all in itself. I'm thinking classical conversations as being the main one. That is actually what we ended up joining first, just because it was one of the only co-ops I could find around our area that was open. And it was just barely open at that. Now this is pre-COVID. When we joined classical conversations, we joined in the 2019-2020 school year. So in March, of course, along with everything else, our co-op got cut short and we started meeting over Zoom that year. But it was just a good foray in to a co-op. We are not currently still doing that co-op, and it is not because it was not a good one. I enjoyed all of it, my kids enjoyed it, but I did not know if I was a truly classical mom, and classical conversations can get quite expensive, especially as your kids get older. I'm not sure if I was completely sold on the idea of solely classical, and I wanted to be 100% in it to win it if that was the route that we were going. So that is why we decided not to do classical conversations. Another thing to think about as being a homeschool mom, and what kind of homeschool mom are you? Are you okay with someone else teaching your kids? Would you want to be just the mom that's there kind of being a helper? With classical conversations, they have tutors, and so you can, as a mom, become a tutor, or you can have another mom be teaching your kid, and that's gonna have to be something you decide if you would like or not. Do you want to spend time away from your normal routine? Was another question I had to consider. As homeschool moms, we do have freedom to do a lot of things that other moms with their kids that are in a traditional school don't have. We can go to Legoland, we can go to Bible study, we can go and do all these things. However, I find I have to really limit myself to what I say yes to. As a homeschool mom, I can't say yes to everything. We do also have to do school at some point. And I kind of am a stickler for that. So something that happens every week is I really do have to consider what's it worth and what is it gonna take for me? And what is it gonna take away from school, or when or how am I gonna have to make that up? Next, I wanna talk about point number 2 that I thought of, and that is, what are your goals for this homeschool co-op? And this has a huge array of points that could go and fall under it. But just quickly off the top of my head, some of my main goals and thoughts as I was considering what we would be doing is, was there anything that I wanted to learn about or focus on specifically that was gonna lend itself to what kind of co-op I was looking for? There is a co-op around here that meets in a gym, and they focus on PE. And then there's another one, like I said, the nature group, there's CC, there's all kinds of little homeschool groups now. I feel like especially post lockdowns and COVID and all of that stuff, there's so many more groups now than there were. And so you can really find one almost in a niche of like PE or music or art or nature that wasn't around to begin with, even 3 years ago whenever I started. So is there something that you're wanting to focus on or learn more about? That could be either a learning style like classical learning, Charlotte Mason-led learning, or it could be within a niche like PE or art or music or nature. So what kind of community are you wanting your kids to have, or what are you necessarily looking for out of the co-op? Are you looking for just a get-together and a play date? Nothing formalized or anything like that, just a time to have some camaraderie? That's great, that qualifies. Are you looking for someone to teach your kids in a specific way, such as classical conversations, where they teach you how to go through a curriculum classically? Are you looking for ways to have activities outside of school things? For example, in our area, my mother-in-law actually helped start this community. I think it was called, whatever our town's name is, Area Christian Homeschoolers Association or something like that. And through that, it's actually still ongoing. You can sign up and they will let you know about all kinds of events. I'm thinking school proms, or the local homeschool basketball teams or volleyball teams, or what is on the radar as far as options for homeschoolers within maybe our local university. Stuff like that. There might even be something that is not necessarily a meeting of singular people that meet every week, but just a group of people that say, hey, here's what's available. So that is also something that you can search for. And then there's also other kinds of co-ops, that the one we're a part of this year, where there are drop-off co-ops. I know, it's crazy. Most co-ops that I have been a part of and that I have known about are the mom comes along with the kids and you're there, you're helping, you might even be teaching or facilitating a lesson. Everyone has responsibilities, but you are there with your kids. There was just one drop-off co-op in our little town and it was full and we were on the wait list for a couple years. Luckily, thankfully, this past year, another one started. So there is another drop-off co-op that we are a part of. That's actually where my kids are while I am filming right now. So I take my kids at 9 o'clock and I drop them off at a location and then I come and pick them up at 3. And let me tell you, it has been fantastic. For me, that is what I needed and that is what has been good for our family. I enjoy having a day that I can do what I want to do or what I need to do. I can run errands, I can get a haircut, I can go to the doctor, I can clean our house. You know, I can do whatever I want and that was important. And for even my own mental state, it has been worth the money. Now it is a little bit more expensive, but as I have stated before, if it is beneficial to our family or for my kids or both, then I don't mind spending that money in that way. So are you needing something like that where you can drop kids off? There are also now, I feel like, a lot more university model type schools where kids go 2 days a week and are homeschooled 3. Those are all options that are good to consider. My last point to consider is obviously what is available in your area. As I've said before, I feel like there are a lot more options now and a lot more groups that are popping up, especially post-pandemic, and that is a great thing, but you are definitely limited co-op wise where you are geographically and what is available in your area. We are actually blessed to live in a place where there are multiple co-ops to choose from, but I know that that's not everybody's story. So maybe it is that you drive a little further out to the next town over to get to a co-op because it is important to you for whatever reason that you've listed above. Maybe it is that you need to start one. You need to start a co-op, start the thing you're wanting, find the community and establish what you're wanting and what does not exist yet. Somebody just like you may be waiting and wanting that too and just not knowing where to begin. So step out in faith, step out on a limb if you feel that that might even slightly be something that you would be interested in or could do. Don't be afraid to Google search or Facebook search or ask people because you might find a hidden gem for sure. Actually, the Facebook group that I said about the area homeschoolers is where I first heard about the co-op that my kids are a part of this year. I wouldn't have known about it had I not been a part of that group already. Another thing that we also did when we were considering whether or not a co-op was right for us is we attended their visitation days. So a lot of co-ops will have an open visitation day or a, what are they called? Not meet and greets, but where potential families can come in and see how they're run, see what a day looks like, ask questions, see what the kids are learning, so on and so forth. So definitely take advantage of those. Contact directors of co-ops or friends that you know that would be involved and see if there are times that you can come and just look at what's going on. That doesn't mean that you will attend there, but you will have a much better idea of if this is something that is right for you and your family or not after going and seeing a couple. Also, your kids might have some opinions on what they do or don't like as well. That about wraps up my video on co-ops. I personally love co-ops for reasons that I've stated throughout this video. I am so thankful that they are an option and that I can just do life with other people and my kids can as well. Thank you so much once again, Anna, for hosting this video. Thank you to anyone that came over here from the collab. I hope that you will stick around. Be sure to subscribe. And if you really want to know anytime I put up a new video, be sure to hit that notification bell. I've got our curriculum pics and stuff coming out pretty soon. I'm super excited about that. Also, if you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments down below. I love talking to y'all there. Or over on Instagram, I'm active there as well. So send me a DM or a comment. My handle is the same as it is here, My Cathedral Garden. And yeah, I will catch you guys later. All right, bye.